Now, the last piece in understanding customer segments is understanding their pains. We've been talking about all the wonderful stuff that we could do for them that makes them happy. But are there things that we could get rid of that actually is kind of like they've been walking around with an arrow through their head and they've just kind of accepted that for a while? But when you come about, you could say, hey, we could solve these problems for you. Well, let's see what kind of problems we could solve. Is there something your customers find too costly? Again, is it about time and cost too much? This is essentially the flip version of the gains. The pains are, what could we solve for these customers that they hate? Is there something about their product or service that's underperforming? It's missing features, it's too slow, it doesn't work well, it's buggy. And what are the main difficulties and challenges? Now, one of the interesting things is that entrepreneurs come back and say, yes, customers said this was a real pain. Our product really solves these problems. Well, one of the things you need to know is, was this like problem number 47 on their list? Or is this in the top 3? Because most human beings, whether they're in corporations or even at home, tend to only worry about the top 3 or 5. So when you find out that this solves a pain, the question you need to ask is in context, well, what are the other pains you have? And you really want to understand their top 10, top 20, and then if to find out your number 32 or 47, I wouldn't be celebrating, but I actually would be asking, well, wait a minute. Is there any way that our product or service could actually solve anything in the top 5? And if not, maybe you're in the wrong customer segment. And so you want to understand what's keeping your customer awake at night, or maybe conversely, maybe you want to keep them awake at night, but you want to figure out what are their big issues, concerns, and worries. And then finally, the last piece is, what are the barriers to adopt your product? Is it costs too much upfront? So maybe you have a pricing issue to decide later. Gee, it takes a long time to learn. Or, we're happy with what we have and it's kind of okay. And what makes your customers feel bad? Frustrations, annoyances, etc. And what do they fear? Financial or social risks, what could go wrong, etc. You need to understand all of this.